had a problem getting along with students and my parents. What I would hate is that I would be at home, minding my business, and my parents would come up to me and order me to go outside in the yard and work, clean it up, and then also take care of the dog. And I said, well, why me? Why don't you ask my sister to help? And my parents would tell me, no, you go do it yourself, you do it. But I want someone to help me. Discussing it with my parents, after discussing it with my sister, why should I be the one to do it? They both insisted, you will be the one to do it. No. Why me? Another example of a serious situation, of a misunderstanding between students while I was at school. This misunderstanding occurred and the principal called me into the office. So I need to discuss a situation with you. We discussed it. After it was clarified, my point of view, she called the student in, we discussed it some more, and the student realized the misunderstanding and everything was resolved. They felt better. This is a situation of being in a dorm. In a boys' dorm, you know, we can be wild sometimes, jumping around on the beds, wrestling, doing somersaults, just having a good time. Supervisors notice and say, that's immature behavior. You play outside. If you play inside, you could get hurt seriously. You here in high school, let your behavior match that, but be mature. Another situation. When I borrow something, we make an agreement from a friend. They say, okay, this is the agreement. But then, when they change their minds, every time when they change their minds, maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, when I ask to borrow something, they'll make agreement and then they'll say no. And they say they want it back. I wish they would stop changing their minds. I've noticed another thing about boys. When friends were chatting, having a good time, once the fire alarm went off. We all went outside. But when we ran out, it's kind of dangerous because running, you could hurt each other. The fireman comes thinking there's a real fire and was a false alarm, but perhaps they had a fire in another location. But the alarm was falsely called here, and they would blame us for not being able to meet that other need. With my sophomore class, we had a discussion for election of officers, president, vice president, secretary treasurer. Recommendations were made, and they selected me. Me. Why me? Why me? Why me to be president? Why do you recommend me? We think you'll be a good leader of students. You're smart. Me? Why? Why not some of you? Why don't some of you lead, take up that leadership? And I'm thinking, why me? Yes, I can envision myself being a leader, helping others solve problems. I could do that well. Okay. My coach, we're at practice, doing drills. My coach came up to me, said, I want to talk with you in private. I would like for you to be the captain of the team. I think you would be a good leader. You have skills, you're athletic, you have experience. You would be a wonderful job leading the team. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. C. Now, Miss